Good morning, everyone. On today's show, we've got some big follow-ups of yesterday's discussion. It looks like we're going to be playing a new game this week, and we really have to talk about what it's going to be because it starts tomorrow. In addition, I have a big update for the schedule. I now know how I'm going to be covering these upcoming live gaming broadcast events. This normally would be E3 week, but there's no E3. Everything's going on at once, so we'll talk about how that's going to go down on my channels. All this and more on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today is Monday, the 3rd of June, 2024. Getting back to gaming today after a React day yesterday, which was a nice break from the gaming stuff that I've been doing recently. And we got a lot to talk about today, again, including a new game that we're going to be playing tomorrow, and we have to determine which that's going to be. And also, I want to give you a big update on these upcoming events. Before we get to that, I have two quick things to discuss. First of all, honest question for everyone out there, and I know that I have, audience of a couple hundred people right now that'll grow over the course of the show. In Windows 10, I don't know about 11, but in Windows 10, is it a true statement that you cannot tell a PC running on Windows 10 that you just don't want to do updates? And the reason I ask that is because this laptop runs on Windows 10, and periodically Windows updates download to it automatically, which, by the way, I don't tell it to do, but it does it anyway. And then it tells me that it needs to install them. Now, here's the thing. This PC literally is only used to monitor chat, monitor contributions, and every once in a while do things randomly. Nothing major at all. I literally don't do anything else. It probably uses 5% of its processing power. Seriously, I can't imagine this thing being heavily utilized. I don't go to any sites where I care about security or anything like that. None of that, okay? So, quite frankly, what I like to do on the setup is I have multiple browsers open for each of my YouTube channels. For example, one browser is logged in and has all the information for DSPGaming. The other browser is logged into DSP React, and a third browser is logged into DSP Throwback. So each week, as I jump between the channels and I do various shows, I don't have to constantly be logging in, logging out, opening, reopening setups and videos and windows and things like that, okay? So I like doing it that way, all right? Now, with a major PC, like my main PC, obviously with Windows updates and things, you want to do them. But on a PC that literally I'm only using to monitor chat, okay, I don't see the reason behind having to do the updates all the time. Maybe every once in a while I like to accumulate a ton of them and do them all at once, right? I used to do that. But now that this laptop is on Windows 10, I'm not kidding you, it seems to be forcing me into doing updates despite the fact that I don't want to do them. And I don't like that. I don't like that somehow Microsoft seems to tell me what to do on a device that I own. I own this laptop. I own the copy of Windows 10. Who are they to tell me I'm being forced to do an update? So what they let you do is they let you, like, delay it for a little bit, like up to 30 days. But then after that, they say, oh, you've paused the maximum amount of pauses. You can't pause again. You must now do the update. What? Like, no, I don't have to do anything. Who the fuck are you to tell me that I'm forced to do an update? This is bullshit. And it's pissing me off. And because here's the deal. This coming week, all right, I have both a special broadcast on Friday to cover the upcoming Summer Game Fest. And then I have another special broadcast on Sunday to cover the Xbox Showcase and, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Showcase or whatever you want to call it. Okay? So that's all well and good. The problem is, I don't want to have my setup reset during the week in the middle of these, especially one of those broadcasts is going to be at 10 a.m. I know that sounds really weird because I never stream that early, But yeah, one of the broadcasts I have to do around 10 a.m. I don't want to wake up, come in here, and all my shit has restarted. And now I have to reset up my entire setup for the stream and be late, or have to rush and be all stressed the fuck out. I should have control over my equipment. Not they tell me how to do my equipment. Go fuck yourself. Like, who the fuck are they? And the thing is, this didn't used to be like that. I can tell you purposefully that there were things that I have kept not updated for years and years and years, and it was fine. It doesn't affect anything. They might tell you it is. They might, oh my God, the sky is falling. They're full of shit. It doesn't make, it benefits them, not you, okay? You update when you need to. If it's a piece of equipment you're literally not using often for anything too crazy, you don't have to do massive updates. Case in point, okay? I put off updates for like a month, and then they forced me to do them. I did them, and then immediately the next day they said, oh, there's more updates to do. Fuck you, I just did updates yesterday. What are you talking about? And that's the problem. Sorry, I don't want my setup constantly restarting every day because Microsoft is inefficient, doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, and constantly loads me with updates. They can kiss my ass, basically. So yeah, I'm pretty angry about this. I don't want to keep doing this. I thought, maybe 2-3 times a year, I queue up all the updates, and when I, nothing going on, I'll do them. Now, whenever we feel like it, we tell you to do the updates, and you're forced to do it, right? That's absolutely ridiculous. So does anyone know if this is true or not? Am I forced to do it? Like, it's telling me right now, I'm literally forced to do this update within the next 7 days. And there's nothing I can do about it. I've maximum number of pauses reached is what it's telling me. So if that's the case, I got to try to schedule it to do it on a night when it's a normal day, not when it's like, Friday or Sunday when I have these special events going on, but a normal day when I have some extra time to do that shit. Well, no one's actually answered me. You guys just say, oh, well, there's a reason that it's like, I don't care what the reason is. I don't give two shits. They don't, just because they run their businesses a certain way and they feel that it's beneficial to them to have auto updates doesn't mean that I have to bend over and take it and do what they say. It's my equipment. I bought it. I can do it as much as I fucking want or as little as I fucking want. They don't have the legal right to force me to do things at all. Period. That pisses me off. Yeah, I didn't do... That's exactly right, David. I'm not doing Windows 11. They constantly keep telling me to do Windows 11 on here, and I'm not doing it. I hear so many things about Windows 11 that are bad, and people are like, oh, shit, I hate Windows 11. I have Windows 11 on the mini PC. So far, seems okay, but when everyone's saying Windows 11 is inferior to 10, I am not putting Windows 11 on this thing, You can disable automatic updates, but after a certain point, it becomes inevitable. No, exactly. That's exactly right. That's what's happened to me. Basically, I put it off for like a month or two, and it forced me to do it back in early May. I said, all right, fine, we'll do it. And then literally the next fucking day, it said, oh, there's more updates. You have to do them right now. I was like, no, fuck you. I just did them yesterday. Just because you're too fucking stupid to program it to do it all at once doesn't mean that I have to now bend over and do more updates. So I delayed them another month. And now today it pops up, that's it, your limit has been reached. Now you must do updates again. I'm like, who are you? It's like a bully coming to your house. Do what I say. No, fuck you, Microsoft. Who the fuck? Like, really? And the thing is, like I said, it didn't used to be like that. I had Windows products in the past that I didn't update for a long time. I'm talking years. Seriously. Like, I was like, now fuck that. I don't need the updates. And I would just deny, and it didn't affect shit. It never affected a damn thing. Nope, not once. And it doesn't brick your... Wow, people are like, seriously? People are so the sky is falling and believe everything that they're told. Oh, but that will brick your PC. I shit you not. I had a PC I didn't do Windows updates on like for 4 years and it didn't brick the PC. It did nothing. The PC ran perfectly fine, actually, and never had an issue. So it's complete nonsense. Anyway, so no one's really helping. Everyone seems to be of the impression that there's nothing you can do. So I guess I'm stuck. I guess I have to do this forced restart in the next week. And Microsoft gets to control our lives because we use their operating system. Well, Microsoft, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, that's bullshit. And if I had a way to disable it, I absolutely would. Okay. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to say before we get started. Yesterday, we had a very honest discussion, right? We did on this very show. Some people understood it, respected it, and gave me good feedback. Others, who were completely immature, took offense, whined, bitched, and complained, and ran to detractor content because that's what they do, because they're immature people. Goodbye. Don't come back. If you can't have an honest conversation about something, then you shouldn't be on the internet. No lie, I got a comment. This is a good comment I got from someone. They said, so yesterday's podcast is a disaster, and here's why. Everything I did on yesterday's podcast is wrong from a content creator's perspective. I was honest about my business. I was honest about content that I make. I talked to my audience as if they were viewers rather than friends. You know, basically I did everything wrong, right? I was honest with my audience. And because of that, that doesn't play the game. That doesn't make people feel all cozy, warm, and at home. And instead, some people start to get apprehensive and they start to get all afraid because Phil's telling it like it is. But here's the thing. That person's absolutely right with that comment. I agree with them. The problem is that's not who I am, and it's not who I've ever been in the 16 years I've been on YouTube. I've been the outlier. I've been the guy that does it different. I'm not here to coddle people. I'm not here to kiss butt. I'm not here to make you feel like you're my personal close friend. I'm not here to create a false parasocial relationship with you so that you think, oh, my best friend Phil, let me come to his stream and throw money at him. That's not who I am. That's never who I'm going to be. And I'm not going to change to play the game. That's why, while everyone else on YouTube who played the game got bigger, got more views, got exclusive access to content and rights to play games early and sponsorship deals, I stayed where I was because I know my role. I'm different than the rest of them. And I'm not a shill and I'm not a dishonest person. I want to be transparent with my audience. If things are not going well for various reasons, I want to tell you that so that we can figure out why things aren't going well, get to the root of that problem and solve it. Instead of pretending like there's no problem, lying to you with a big smile on my face and saying, hey guys, I'm your best friend, throw me money. Newsflash, I'm not your best friend. We are friendly, especially if you're a regular on my streams and I know you when we have conversations, but we're not best friends, right? I have a life. I'm married, you know? I don't misrepresent myself on my streams or anything like that. And at the end of the day, yes, this is my hobby. This is what I love to do. I have passion for it. This is the best job I've ever had, but it's a job. And I have to treat it as such. Because the moment that I don't, the moment that I stop acting like this is a job, basically, we lose ourselves. And I think, sadly, that's what's happened. A lot of these content creators, oh, well, you know, this is so different, right? You're my friends, and we're going to hang out, and, you know, and then it's crazy. It's just crazy bullshit. I mean, fucking people like Pokemon and shit shouldn't even exist. And the only reason they do is because their entire existence is a parasocial relationship with a bunch of fucking losers on the internet who toss them shit, and they're never honest. They're just always fucking being there just to receive payment for that nonsense, okay? I am never going to be like that, all right? Never, because I'm honest. So, you know, sometimes I'm going to have a situation where I'm going to have something important to talk to you about, and I want to tackle it, and I want to be able to do that. And there's so many people, I hate to say it, and I said this yesterday, I'm going to reiterate. There's too many people, an entire generation, who seem to be coddled. When you were growing up, your parents told you were the most special person on the planet. It's like you grew up in a bubble. You grew up inside of a fucking, a cellophane wrap. You grew up inside of a bubble, what do you call those things? Bubble wrap? Or like, you know, you're inside of a padded fucking room. You're all cozy with your fucking stuffed animals and shit. That's not life. That is not life. That is not reality. If that's how you grew up, isolated like that, you're going to find at some point in your life, you're going to have to go out there to the real world, and it's going to be a shocking surprise when you realize not everyone cares about you and is going to treat you like life's special snowflake, okay? Some of the responses that I got to stuff like, well, we wanted you to play a game. You didn't immediately drop absolutely everything that you were doing to play the game at the day it came out of nowhere. Therefore, no one's ever going to watch you ever play that game ever again because you were a few months late. So you're an asshole then. You're a completely entitled brat. And you're mad at me because I don't drop everything to do what you demand the day that you decide that you want it. What the fuck kind of an attitude is that? But you see, this is me speaking honestly to an audience, And if you understand what I'm saying and you get it, you're not offended because you're probably mature. You probably are, you know, a little older. You know, younger people totally wouldn't get that because that's what they've been grown up and catered to understand. The internet is instant gratification. Everything I want, I should get immediately. And if I don't, that's awful. And I whine and cry like a baby. You'll get nowhere. You'll literally get nowhere in life if that's the case, right? The reason that I'm still here after 16 years is because I'm different, all right? And people either like or hate that, but for some reason, they want to watch it, right? So there you go. I'm not going anywhere. At any time, I will go somewhere when I decide that I'm done, right? The day that I said, I'm done, I don't want to stream anymore, that's when I go away. But outside of that, I'm going to still be here making content, having a good time, doing what I love, and doing what you guys love for as long as I feel like it. Doesn't matter how many people don't like that and want to fucking, we're going to shut him down. Shit. No, you're not. It's never going to happen. It'll be when I decide that I step away from streaming and content creation, period. Okay? Jasper is now attacking the new microphone. He's wondering what it is. He's very curious. So anyway, yeah, after yesterday's discussion, that was very honest. It seemed like there was definitely different ways that people reacted to it. Some people could not believe that I was honest with them. It was like the first person in their life was being transparent and honest, and they were like, they couldn't take it. Like their heads exploded and their you know, brains shot out of their ears like liquid, and they just got so infuriated that someone would speak to them like that. It's like, dude, don't you understand that if I said something yesterday that offended you, you were the problem? Because a lot of people watched yesterday and weren't offended. They were fine. They were like, yeah, we get it. Totally right. Yeah, it's not instant gratification. That's not reality. It's in life, you know, good things come to those who wait. Phil's working on improving and doing things that we want, and that's cool. And if you were offended by me saying, hey, grow up, guess what? You needed to grow up, and maybe you shouldn't be here. And the truth is, it's not my mainstream viewers that acted like that. It's a bunch of fucking troll-ass idiots or people who ride that fucking in-between spot. So now they run to the detractor content. I don't care. Go watch detractor content. You can go hug duty streams and memology all day and circle jerk them and give them money because you're a fucking loser. I don't miss you. All right? So, yes, if I'm going to do better for you, I need honest feedback. I need to know what's working and what's not. I'm not going to pretend like everything is fine all the time, or else I can't get that honest feedback that I need. Like what I determined yesterday from our honest discussion was that multiverses just is not working for most people. Okay, it's just not. All right, people think that multiverses is kind of a ripoff of Smash Brothers. They slowed down the gameplay and people don't like watching it because of that. Plus, there's a lot of online connectivity issues. I agree with those statements. I am still enjoying the game, but it's obvious the viewership probably isn't. So if that's the case and you want me to do something completely different, excuse me, I'll do something completely different. And that's the feedback I need. I'll never get that feedback unless I'm honest with my audience. If I just sit here and say, you're my best friend and we're all happy and everything's good and everything's roses and unicorns and smiley faces and this isn't a business, this is our hangout session, come to my clubhouse, come on, and then I give you a name, a generic name. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like what would be the generic name that we would name everything here? You know, the Brofist Army or the fucking the Champions Club or whatever. Like, let's make a generic name so I can pretend like we're besties, right? And I could call you that, and then you'll come and you'll throw me money, right? No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm literally never doing any of that. I'm not. That's bullshit. You know, the DS peeps. See how stupid that shit is? You understand how dumb that shit is? That's why I'm never going to do that. Yes, this is what I love to do. This is what I have passion for, but it's also my business. I have to treat it as such, and we have to have real conversations about that to make out what's best for everyone, for me and you. What I'm liking isn't necessarily what you're liking, and what you want isn't necessarily going to be what I always want to do. We have to find that happy medium to find the balance, right? Like Fallout 4, doing pretty good. The Street Fighter 6 stuff right now, doing pretty good. Let's keep that going. Multiverses isn't. Let's do something different. I'm okay with that, even though it's sad to see it go because I like it. I'm okay, and we'll work on that, right? Cool. What's wrong with having that conversation, right? Because people get offended. I don't care. Be offended. Be fucking offended for the rest of your fucking life and live in your bubble and leave me alone. And everybody else too, for that matter, because normal people don't care that you're offended at everything. Really, they don't. We don't care that you go run on X and complain. You go to your fucking little TikToks, you make your videos, and you fucking do your dumb shit. No one cares. Go complain somewhere else and fucking leave us normal people alone. We've had enough. Okay. So, excuse me. All that being said, let's now get to business, shall we? Schedule for this week is including 2 special streams where I'm going to be live reacting to content. Okay, and that's coming up in the next week, right? Julio says, I think it's the part where you call people dumb and immature. They might be offended. Good, because if you're dumb and immature and I say you are and you say, oh, that applies to me, I'm offended, it should. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the only people who would actually be offended by the things I said are actual dumb and idiotic people who are brats. Those are the only people who could possibly be offended. So, good, be offended. You should be. And then you should look in the mirror and say, oh shit, the problem is me, and leave us the fuck alone or grow up. I'm okay with that. You can be offended if you're a moron. That's fine. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, okay, that's right. I got distracted. So, let us get set up here. And let us get set up here and talk about the 2 important things that we need to discuss on today's show. The important thing number 1, all right, is... What are you guys talking about? I'm not even going to pay attention. I got 2 important things to talk about. Number 1 is what game we're playing tomorrow. We have a few options that we have to figure out, okay? Number 2 is what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to tell you how we're going to cover these upcoming live events. But the thing is, this is kind of a take 2 of me trying to live react to these game events. Last year, it did not go very well. All right? I'm just being honest. Last year, you guys outright gave me massive feedback last year. You said, we want you to live react to these events. So I did. And it didn't go well. Well, I'm trying it again this year. If it doesn't go well this year, I'm going to forewarn everyone. This is probably the last time I'm going to do it. All right? It's like, fool me once, shame on you. Right? Fool me twice, shame on me. If I go for a 3rd time, I must be a fucking idiot. Right? So let's talk about it. Okay? Did you just lick my water? He licked my water. How dare you? Who said you could have my seltzer? You at least got to ask first. See what I mean about this generation? Instant gratification. You see that? Okay, so let's talk, okay? Today, it's going to be a fun stream of Fallout 4, and I think what I want to do today... Would you stop being so silly? He wants to sit on me. What he was doing recently, he has a new change of attitude now. Again, he does this from time to time. He changes things he likes to do. Now he wants to constantly be cuddling my wife and I, no matter what. If we're on the couch, he cuddles my wife. If we're in bed, he wants to cuddle me. He wants to be cuddly. He's a cuddly cat now for some reason. Don't ask me why he wants to cuddle constantly. He's trying to cuddle me here during the podcast. That's absolutely silly. I know, it's cute. It's lovey-dovey. I know, you're a kitty and you love it. But, you know, I got to do my stream, buddy. Okay? Okay. Now, today, it's Fallout 4. I think in Fallout 4 today, here's what I want to do. We've been advancing the plot a lot lately. And we're at the point where I think we're going to visit the Institute. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a few Institute missions, and then it's going to become a critical choice. And that's the end of the game's plot, right? There's not much left. So, rather than push all that, I do believe that there are a few quests you can do specifically for the railroad, and we just found the railroad. So maybe we should do some of the quests for the railroad first to build up affinity with them. Plus, I'm trying to build up affinity with Curie and get her maxed out so she'll have that perk, the healing perk. And I'm trying, I'm going for it, and it's taking forever. And I'm thinking we could do that. Like, let's actually try to build up some of the affinity with Curie by doing the synth missions, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, there's 1 or 2 other missions remaining from the next-gen update of Fallout 4 that we haven't done yet. And I'm thinking we should do some of those as well. I want to kind of get the odds and ends done before we head into what would be considered the end game of the main story. There is some other stuff, like, for example, I don't think, did we do anything with Hancock? I think we did like 1 or 2 missions, but I don't know if there's anything else for him. I don't remember if you have to like put him in your party and he talks to you and gives you a mission or something. I can't remember how it works, but basically today I want to do some side stuff in Fallout 4 because I don't want to necessarily rush towards the end of the main storyline. Okay. Tonight, Street Fighter 6 on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. New updates, as you know, to the game and to my setup. When we played with Lily on Friday, that was the absolute best stream of Street Fighter 6 I've ever done. Number one, visually, it was absolutely gorgeous. There were 0 frame drops. The game ran buttery smooth. It ran so smooth, I turned off motion blur. And the game looked even better without it. And there was no input delay. I was playing better and at a higher level because of the lack of input delay. So it was absolutely amazing, the response that I was getting. And I was learning. I was legit learning good things with Lily at high level in these master matches. I was like, damn, this is awesome. Okay. Tonight, I want to do the same thing with Zangief. Now, Zangief has been dramatically changed. A lot of his normals have much better priority or advantage, allowing him to have bigger combos, better responses, good mid-screen answers for characters now. He's basically kind of a beast mid-screen. He keeps everyone away, or he lures them into a big combo. And I want to see what I can do with that tonight. In addition, from what I saw, I was watching Itazan play. Itazan, if you do a perfect parry, you can immediately get a ginormous punish combo that it leads into an option select mix-up that is 100% advantageous to Geef in all situations. And I was watching him do this. I was like, I wonder if I can do this, right? I wonder if there's something I could do that would completely, use this all the time. All I need is a perfect parry. If I get one during a round, I get advantage for like the rest of that round. So I'm going to try this tonight and see how it works out. So if you want to see Geef return in a big way, hopefully using all this new tech and everything, and no input delay, come to the stream tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. That should be awesome. Okay, now, tomorrow, originally it was supposed to be multiverses, but I think when I'm listening to you guys now, I think we're not going to do it anymore, at least for now. Maybe we will come back to multiverses later when ranked releases, but for now, it just seems that people are just not digging it, and I'm not going to keep doing it as a daytime stream if people are not enjoying it. Okay, so excuse me. So tomorrow we're going to start a new game, all right, based on your feedback. And the question is, what is the new game going to be? We talked about 2 games yesterday that both piqued my interest. One is an indie survival horror throwback game called Crow Country, which apparently kind of plays like classic PS1 survival horror. It came out a month ago, so it's new. And by the way, apparently incredibly highly rated. People are saying that they're really enjoying this game. So that's right up my alley. Survival horror. I mean, come on, right? And classic throwback game. I mean, this is really cool. I'm very strongly considering playing that. That's number one. The other thing will be the System Shock remake. That also just released on consoles. It was been out on PC for a year, but now it just hit consoles. System Shock is the game from the 90s that a lot of people say was the spiritual predecessor to BioShock. Like, BioShock was inspired by System Shock to become what it was. I've never played System Shock. I don't really know much about it. Everyone says it's great, so it's a classic that apparently I missed out on. And obviously, I would want to play it, okay? Jasper, kitty. Jasper, please stop chewing my wires. Oh, my God. Hold on, everybody. Jasper kitty. Do not attack wires in this office. You know better. Jasper cat, stop it right now. Stop it. Stop attacking the wires. I mean it. Behave. Be a good kitty and behave, for goodness sake. Okay. So, either game, Crow Country or System Shock Remake, I'm okay with starting tomorrow, all right? The way I see it, what we're going to do is we're going to balance day streams between Fallout 4 and whatever the new game is. Night streams will be Street Fighter 6, and it will be PC stuff. So maybe one night we'll do Hades 2. Maybe one night we'll do Stardew Valley. Maybe we'll throw a Noita stream in there for variety. And this will be what I do for the next couple of weeks until we get to new releases, like that game, Still Lies the Deep, which is a horror game. I think that's what it's called. And also, of course, the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Okay? That's my plans for the next couple of weeks. Fair enough? Now, the problem is the monkey wrench coming up is that we have these 2 special live events coming up the next week. So already 2 daytime streams are going to be conked out, and I'm not going to be able to do them. Okay? So, yeah, I'm thinking, here's what's going to happen. Let's do the schedule. So tomorrow, either Crow Country or System Shock Remake. Let's decide. Let's figure out what we want to do. All right, by the end of today. Let's talk. Let's discuss. We'll do it in a minute. I'll get your feedback, okay? Tomorrow night, I'm still doing Hades 2. I'm not going to not play Hades 2 again this week. I want to play it another time, all right, and see how it does. If Hades 2 continues to not do well, then we're going to switch it up and do other games on late night streams from the PC. Like I said, maybe Stardew Valley and maybe Noita, okay? But let's see. I want to do one more stream at least of Hades 2 and see how it does tomorrow night, okay? Excuse me. Okay. Wednesday, more Fallout 4 and more Street Fighter 6, and there's a strong possibility that my next session with Brian, that's top tier rated over on Twitch, maybe Wednesday. I haven't 100% heard or confirmed, and I'm actually going to hit him up now. Hold on, I'm sending him a message right now, literally. Okay, so we'll see. I'll try to hear back. If he wants to do it again, that's awesome. It would be really cool to do a co-op with Brian in Street Fighter 6 with voice chat. I think that would be amazing, right? So I just sent him the message. We'll see, if he responds, says he wants to do it. He was interested in it, but now I'm waiting, to see, because lock it in. And, everyone's busy with life and everything, so no pressure there. But if he wants to do it, great. If not, we'll try to do it at a future day. I mean, I bought the mic. My intention is to use it, right? So it's not co-op with Brian on Wednesday, then likely it's going to be Blanca, who now, I'm using all my characters in a row, right? Starting with Honda, Sim, and Lily. Tonight is Geef, and then, of course, I want to do Blanca. Then I'm probably going to go back to Akuma and see if I can practice with Akuma and get him to Master. Because I was so close to getting him to Master, but then I couldn't do anything because my responses were so slow because my setup sucked. But now it's much better, right? Cool. So that's the week. Today, Fallout 4, Street Fighter 6, Zangief. Tomorrow, a new game, which we'll decide today, and Hades 2. Wednesday, Fallout 4 and Street Fighter 6, maybe co-op with Brian. Or not co-op, but, a lobby with Brian. If not, then just, probably Blanca. So I'm off from streaming on Thursday. Friday, special first stream. Very abridged podcast, meaning I'm going to try to do a 30-minute podcast, which is going to be tough on a Friday because I got to do Phil's day off, right? I got to do game news, and I got to do the schedule all in that one abridged podcast. Then we're going to jump on and try to do at least 1 to 2 hours of gameplay, but on 2 p.m. on Friday, my time, is Summer Game Fest, okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to cover Summer Game Fest, all right? Sean A., I don't know what the hell you're talking about. If you email me again, I'll check my spam folder today. I have to get to the schedule now, okay? All right, Friday is Summer Game Fest at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So what we'll do is an abridged podcast and a shortened stream of gameplay of Fallout 4. It'll be shortened. It won't be it'll be like 1 to 2 hours. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to DSP Reacts. And at 2 p.m. on DSP Reacts, I'm going to live react to Summer Game Fest. I will have it streaming on the channel, and I'll be there commentating over it as it's going down. Okay? That's what you want. People say they want live reacting. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to do the live react. Then immediately following the end of that live react, I'm then going to do my summary video, which I call Recap Reactions, all right? So essentially, Summer Game Fest will probably be around 2 hours long. It'll end around 4 p.m. I'm going to continue to stream for an extra hour, which, yes, would be overtime for me. And I'm going to do my recap reactions, okay? So Friday night fights will be normal. It'll just be a normal, late night Street Fighter stream, normal time. But basically, I'm going to have like a really big abridged stuff earlier that day, so I could still get a podcast in, I could still get a little bit of gameplay in, and then the live Summer Game Fest react, okay? So that is Friday. Saturday, we'll get back to normal. Whatever new game it is that we start tomorrow, we'll play again as the main stream on Saturday, and then Saturday night will either be Hades 2, Stardew Valley, or Noita. One of those three. We'll talk about it during the week and figure out if we want to keep doing Hades 2, or maybe we want to give it a little bit of a break and try the other games from the mini PC, okay? So we'll see how that goes. And then Sunday, get this, is the Xbox Games Showcase and Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Showcase. Guess what time it starts on Sunday? 10 a.m. Pacific time. 10 a.m. So yes, for me to do the live react of the Xbox event, I got to change all my streaming schedule around. Here's the deal. I am not going to do a podcast. We're going to go live on DSP Reacts early, probably like 9:30, and we'll hang out for a few minutes, and then we're going to do a live react to the Xbox event and the Black Ops event. So I'm going to live react to both of those events on DSP React, okay? Then, after they end, however long, you figure it'll probably be around 2 hours, right? I'm going to do a live recap reactions again, okay? So, when will that all end? I don't know. It depends on how much Xbox has to present. If they have a ton to present, it could take 2-3 hours. If they don't have a lot to present, it could take 90 minutes, right? So we don't know. After that is done, dependent on the time remaining, is going to determine what we do. You see? If there's, let's say, for example, the event is 2 hours, so it goes till 1 p.m. Then there's a Black Ops event, that's 30 minutes. So it goes to 1:30. All right, so now I'm going to take a quick break, do my recap reactions, which are going to take at least an hour. I won't be done till 3. If there's only an hour left, what are we going to do in an hour? We could hang out. We could do a little bit of Street Fighter. We'll just do something quick. Now, what if it's really short? What if the Xbox event is only like an hour and Black Ops is only a half an hour and this whole thing's done by like 11:30? Well, then by 12, I'll do my recap reactions. If we're done by like 1, then shit, we have a whole afternoon to do whatever. Maybe I'll do a session of Fallout or something, right? The thing is, we don't know what it's going to be because we don't know how long their event is going to be, right? So we can't actually 100% concretely plan Sunday yet. Okay? So we'll see. But Sunday should be fun, just starting way, way earlier than usual. May need some extra caffeine, because I'm starting so early. I may need extra coffee in the middle there or something. We'll see. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing that. Then Sunday night will be normal. So Sunday night will be a retro react stream on DSP Throwback. Now, here's the cool thing. We decided last night, when I was doing this retro react on DSP Throwback of Mario and Sonic at the 2012 Olympics. We've loved doing this playthrough. It's been 2 weeks we did it straight, and it's super fun. Last night we ended with this super epic volleyball game between myself and Joe as we were doing this retro react. We're loving it, right? But here's the thing. We've done it for 2 weeks in a row. We're thinking, the real Olympics are this year. Did you know that? The real Olympics in Paris, France take place at the end of July. And we're thinking, what we should do? We did the first half of Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Let's put it on hold. Let's bring it back in late July to coincide with the real Olympics. So that way we'll be watching and having fun with Olympic stuff while the Olympics are actually going down. Okay? So we're going to do that. But in the meantime, I put up a new poll over on DSP Throwback on the community tab to determine what will be the next playthrough that we're going to do a retro react to next weekend. Okay? So here are the options, folks. And by the way, you may notice a little bit of a pattern among these options. Allow me to read them out to you. New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Rise of Nightmares, Rayman Origins, and Donkey Kong Country Returns. If you're not aware, all of those games are co-op playthroughs. Because the last time we did a co-op playthrough here, we, did the Mario and Sonic, it did really good. People are absolutely loving that. And I'm like, the co-op stuff that I did back in the day was a huge part of my content. Once a week, I took an entire day to do co-op for many, many years. So it's cool to go back and relive those experiences. And a lot of these I've never gone back and watched myself, but people have said over the years, dude, these are like epic playthroughs that you did back in the day. We want those for the retro react. So right now people are voting. 199 people have voted in the last 14 hours. We got the whole week. Please continue to vote. Whatever wins this vote will determine what we do on Sunday night of next week. Right now, FYI, Rise of Nightmares is in the lead. You might say, what is Rise of Nightmares? Rise of Nightmares was one of the Kinect exclusive games on the Xbox One, okay? Early on, if you remember when the Xbox One originally launched, you had to get it with the Nintendo, wow. You had to get it with the Kinect camera, which went on top of your TV and tracked your motions. It was atrociously bad. It wasn't good. It did not track well, especially in smaller rooms. You had to have like a ginormous room for this thing to work properly. So everyone hated the goddamn thing. And within a year or two, they completely got rid of it. No one ever had to buy it ever again, and no one did. They basically just discontinued the goddamn thing, and people just bought the Xbox One by itself, okay? But one of the original games they designed for this thing that was supposed to be like a flagship title to get you to play on Kinect was called Rise of Nightmares, a horror game with motion controls. I just want you to think about that. A horror game where one wrong move you die, but you have to use the Kinect motion controls. Can you imagine how it functioned? Well, what you're picturing in your head right now, what you're thinking, oh wow, it's probably a train wreck. That's exactly what it was. And it ended up being one of the most hilarious playthroughs that John and I ever did because it just doesn't work right. Okay? So, and by the way, something really cool, we did picture in picture. We had one camera at the TV and one camera pointed at us. So you could see the picture in picture, stuff going on, and you could see the game and us trying to use the Kinect at the same time. It was really cool for the time. Okay? So, I'm actually going to find it right now. There it is. Wow. 2011, September 2011 is when we played the game. We played the entire game in one sitting and then reviewed it in the same day. 28 parts. So if you do the math, it's about 6 hours. Roughly 5 to 6 hours to beat this goddamn game. Yeah. And I think this is going to be a hilarious playthrough. You guys are really going to enjoy it for what it is, I mean, back then it got insane views, of course. Each part here, no exaggeration, each part of the playthrough has between 10 to 20,000 views. Part 1 has 80,000 views. Insane, right? I mean, that's how popular our stuff was back then. So if that ends up winning the poll, I don't mind at all. I think that's going to be absolutely a hilarious thing to react to. And we could continue, we could do that, for several weeks if we like it or not. We'll see. So anyway, great stuff. Please vote on that poll. All right. Now, since on Sunday, I'm doing the live react to the Xbox event. Okay. That means on Monday, I have to do my react show, DSP versus the internet. So for those of you who like the clip show, yes, alert, it will not be on Sunday like usual. Since I'm doing the live react, that means it has to be bumped to Monday. So Monday's daytime stream will be DSP versus the internet. And then Monday night, may or may not play Street Fighter. And then during the week, we're going to balance. It's going to be a balance between Fallout and whatever this new game is I'm playing. And the night streams will be a balance between Street Fighter and PC gaming. Okay? And that's the week. So it's a crazy week. There's way less daytime streams. Essentially, if you think about it, the only real normal daytime streams are Saturday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Because you got Friday, you got Summer Game Fest. Sunday, you got the Xbox and Call of Duty event. And then Monday, you've got the React show. So we're going to have way less daytime streams, okay? After that, we're going to get back to normality again, okay? Hey, guys, in chat, could you please stop? And you know what I'm talking about? Could you just please stop right now before I just moderate all of you? Because I'm seriously talking here. I'm trying to focus on the schedule. I'm trying to make sure I cover everything correctly. And I keep looking at chat and I see people arguing, being dramatic, being stupid. Everyone just stop. Just behave, okay? Really, I'm not your dad. I'm not here to scold you. I shouldn't have to. You should be paying attention to the fucking show you're sitting on and not trying to completely derail chat with nonsense that, by the way, I'm not talking about and don't give a shit about, okay? All right. So there you go. That's the schedule for the week. In a nutshell, let's do it real fast. Today, Fallout Street Fighter. Tomorrow, new game and Hades 2. Wednesday, Fallout Street Fighter, maybe next lobby with Brian. Off Thursday. Friday, a bridge podcast, shortened gameplay of Fallout 4, Summer Game Fest Live React on DSP Reacts, and then my recap reactions on DSP Reacts. Friday night Fight Street Fighter. Saturday, new game from tomorrow, and PC game at night, don't know which one yet. Sunday, early live react to the Xbox event and Call of Duty. Recap reactions after. Maybe more content on that stream, depends on how long it takes to get through that. Sunday night, retro react of a new game. You vote right now on the community tab of DSP Throwback for that game. Right now, Rise of Nightmares is in the lead. Monday, DSP versus the Internet React show on the day stream on DSP Reacts. Night stream will likely be Street Fighter. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, balance between Fallout 4 and whatever the new game is. And, of course, Street Fighter 6 and PC gaming. That's the week. Okay? Very confusing, I know. Very confusing. Too much going on at once. But once next week is done, we get back to normalcy, it'll be far less confusing. Okay? Cool. All right. So now, I have one new story to cover today. And I don't think that it's a very good one. In fact, it's kind of disappointing. So let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. If you remember a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago, it's hard to remember, honestly. We had a discussion about PlayStation VR2. We had discussed how, sadly, PSVR2 was massively underperforming, okay? If you weren't aware, PSVR2 has stopped production entirely. Sony decided to not make any more units. Why? Because no one was buying the units. They are literally sitting around in warehouses unpurchased. And because of that, inventory is building up and no one wants this thing. So Sony stopped making them because there's no sales. All right. Well, there was also an announcement that PlayStation VR2 was going to work with PC. Okay. Now, when that was announced, everyone was like, wait a minute, what? A console VR unit is actually going to work with PC as well? If that's the case, that might be your smart buy. Reason being, if you buy PSVR2, you can play all the PlayStation exclusive VR games if you have a PS5, but then you can plug it into your PC and you can also play PC exclusive VR games. You're basically getting the best of both worlds. It's the first ever crossover VR device. There's no losers here, only winners, right? And we were excited to hear about how this was going to work. Well, the information came out today and it's not pretty. You ready for this? So once again, Sony sounds like they're about to blast themselves right in the foot. Number one, in order to get your PSVR2 to work with your PC, you have to purchase a separate proprietary adapter so that it plugs into your PC, and it costs $60. That's only the first thing, okay? But immediately people are hearing that like, what? So wait a minute, let me get this straight. You want me to buy this incredibly overexpensive VR device, then you want me to buy a special fucking adapter to get it to work with my PC when all other VR devices will just work with my PC without that adapter, right? That's number one. Exactly. But wait, there's more. Listen to this. Oh my God. Here is their blog post from this morning. Ready for this one? The PSVR2 was designed from the ground up specifically for the PS5. So you'll notice that some key features like HDR, headset feedback, eye tracking, adaptive triggers, haptic feedback, and other things will not be available when you use it on PC. However, other high-fidelity sensory immersion features, like 4K visuals and the bigger field of view and finger touch detection and the see-through view will work. So let me get this straight. Just let me get this straight. The PSVR 2 will work on PC if you buy a $60 adapter for it, but you get half the features. Now, admittedly, Ace Fondue just made a point in chat, and I'm going to listen to all opinions on this. He says, yeah, but none of those features are on PC VR anyway. Like, no games that are on PC for VR would have supported those features, so it's just not a big deal. Ignorant people are freaking out for no reason. Fair enough. That's a very valid point, and we should say that. However, when you're buying the expensive unit, the whole point is to use it for its features, is it not? Right? That's like saying, well, you know, I bought the car with all the fancy bells and whistles, but the fancy bells and whistles only work half the time. Right? Oh, I'm driving on a road that I don't need any of those fancy bells and whistles, so therefore none of them work. Right? I think that's kind of silly. Sorry, but if you're going to buy the more expensive headsets, because it is, the PSVR2 is the more expensive headset. You can get cheaper VR headsets for PC right now that work fine, right? So, you know, for me, if you're going to spend that giant amount of money, I don't know. Here's the thing. If I were to buy a VR headset right now, if I were deciding what VR headset would I buy, here's what I would look at. What games do I want to play? Are there games specific to PC that I want to play? Are there games on PS5 that I want to play? Or are there both? If the answer is just PC, I wouldn't buy a PSVR 2. What's the point? Just get one of these cheaper VR headsets for PC. If the answer is just PS5, then I would get the PSVR 2. The thing is, how many people, right, are only going to play VR games on PS5? If you think about it, like, what VR games on PS5? That's a good question. Because sadly, there just isn't a wide library, correct? There's not a wide library of PS5 VR games. There are some, but most people don't even know what they are. And that's a very valid point, is there just aren't any killer apps. The game that they wanted to be the killer app for PSVR 2, all right, was Horizon. But guess what? Horizon Forbidden West didn't even do well. So then when the Horizon game came out for PSVR 2, no one really cared. So basically that's what's happened with PSVR 2, is the flagship title they thought was going to get it off the ground didn't do well. And now they really don't have anything else going on for it. Right? Tell me one game that's a must play on PSVR 2 right now. Just name drop it in the chat. I dare someone to tell me a must play PSVR 2 game right now. Right now. Now. Resident Evil 4 Remake, is that true? Is Resident Evil 4 Remake really good on the PSVR 2? Everyone just basically Resident Evil 4. Oh, is Gran Turismo 7 on it too? All right, that I can see. If you're someone who's a car aficionado, right, and you want to do like the ultimate driving sim, if you could do that in VR, all right, fair enough. I would say that's a valid, but that's the thing is that's a small genre. That's not, oh my God, everyone needs it. That's if you're a car person, you like the racing stuff, good. Right? So, all right. So there's two, I guess I would say. Outside of that, so I get it. So if you want the best of all worlds, get the PSVR 2, get your $60 adapter, and get half features on your PC, right? But I don't know. I'm not really sold on that whole deal, right? It sounds to me like basically it's kind of a half-baked thing. Like they realize the PSVR is not selling at all. No one wants it. So they're trying to say, oh, well, still buy it because you can use it on your PC. Yeah, but I could just use another one on my PC right now that's cheaper. So why would I need yours? By the way, there is another piece of news from earlier in the week that I forgot to cover. I'll discuss it briefly. So we've talked over the years about how Twitch TV essentially is pretty unprofessional. And one of the things that I always called them out for is that if you're not aware, guys, they really don't have a lot of proper staffing when it comes to key important things. Like you would think, oh, when it comes to like moderation of their site on people who are streaming there, they'd have like highly trained professional staff. Wrong. It's a bunch of volunteers. Which is how things get misidentified all the time. They make a mistake and then they have to repair their mistake. That's what happened with me. My trolls mass reported me saying that I had said a racist word. I never said the racist word, but the moronic volunteer staff just believed them and suspended my account. Then, within 2 hours, an actual intelligent human reviewed the information and said, he never said that. And then they restored my account. But because Twitch is run by a bunch of dumb volunteers, that's how the site performs. It's a piece of shit. And it always has been, but it just gets worse and worse over the years. So to continue on with my line of, reasoning here, Twitch has decided to ditch their safety advisory council, excuse me. Boy, I said that completely wrong. Their safety advisory council. So this was a council of people who they apparently had hired and were paying to look at things on the site and say, is this safe for viewers? Is this safe for our audiences? Is this the kind of content that our business wants or not? Well, let's be honest. The entire site is now rife with fucking girls taking their clothes off, kissing up to the viewers so men will throw the money, sexualized content, immature content, stuff that shouldn't really be on a professional site. It's essentially a softcore porn site, right? Like half of Twitch has become a softcore porn site, and we all know this. Now, some people just accept it and continue to use it. Others said, fuck this, and left, and I left. I'm like, fuck this, and I don't want to be part of this shithole. So, that's what's going on over there. And this was when the council existed. They have decided to get rid of that council, and now it's just going to be vetted ambassadors. Okay? What exactly does that mean? That means fucking volunteers. The same system that they use now for moderation that doesn't work. That at a moment's notice, if someone reports you for something that literally didn't happen on your stream, they will punish you anyway. They're now going to do this for everything on the site, including what they deem safe. Does that sound like somewhere you want to work? That at any moment, a bunch of fucking people who aren't even employees, who aren't responsible, could just flag your stream saying that it's something wrong, and then they take you down. And then they have to fix it after the fact. So now it's not only just, oh, you violated the terms of service, but it could be, oh, we feel like the stuff that you're doing is unsafe for a viewing audience. Now, but it's okay to have all the sexualized content, right? But God forbid that you're on Twitch and maybe you say something political they don't like, they may come after you. Or you just have an opinion about vaccinations that they don't like. They may come after you, right? It's like, wow, that's really where I want to work, where there's no professionalism at all. It's just a bunch of fucking kid streamers who are now volunteers, approved ambassadors of safety on the site. That sounds great, doesn't it? Listen, I have no fucking clue why people would still stream on Twitch TV. I don't understand it. Oh, discoverability. Who cares? The site's dog shit. Wow, you discovered me in a pile of dog shit. But maybe you shouldn't be discovered at all if it's in a pile of dog shit. I hate to say it, if you get a following, if you're going to get established somewhere else, you should. Twitch should be the last fucking place that you should be wanting to stream. They have literally cut corners at every single moment to save money, less professionalism, less formality, and they keep making worse and worse and worse. The site is going down this fucking toilet spin, and I don't know why anyone would ever want to go there ever again. That's why, I've been gone for 3 years. Does it look like I'm dying and this is the end of my existence on the internet because I don't stream on Twitch? No. And I'm a small-time guy. If you have a following, you can stream anywhere you fucking want. YouTube, Kick, Rumble, you can go anywhere. They'll all accept you, and you're going to get a better experience. You know what I'm saying? So, get the hell out of Twitch if you can. I look at people, I don't know why. I don't know why they say, maybe it's just because you're comfortable there and you have your audience there. And listen, I can understand that because I was on Twitch and had that consistent audience from late 2016 all the way through, spring 2021. So you're talking 4+ years, and I had tons of, paying subscribers, followers, and my streams did actually hit their algorithm and would show up as trending when I was playing a new game. So I would get that viewership, extra viewership whenever a new release came out, right? I got all that. But at what cost? Right? See, at what cost? A site that literally promotes basically porn, right? And is basically taking advantage of, really gullible, stupid, or I hate to say it, young people who probably shouldn't even be watching that kind of content. right? And they're benefiting from it. They're making tons of money on that. So that's why they're allowing it. They need it to exist. They tried the whole just push gamers stuff and apparently didn't do well for them. So, hey, sex sells, man. Just fucking keep pushing that shit, right? It makes a lot of sense. So, do you want to be a part of that? Do you want to be a part of a site that at any moment they decide they have a bug up their ass about you and then they just unprofessionally kick you out of this program, throw you off the site, suspend your fucking business? What the fuck? That's not a way to make a living. It's not. So I say, fuck them, man. Seriously, get them the fuck out of there. Don't go over there. Don't watch that shit. I'm sorry, I can't. Now listen. There's absolutely tons of people on Twitch who are probably good people. I wish that they would find a way to wise up and go somewhere else too, but there's not much I can really do, right? All I can tell you is I don't support them over there at all. I would never go back unless I absolutely had to, and even then it would be a temporary thing. I wouldn't go back full-time ever to Twitch. It would have to be, just temporary until I can find somewhere else to go. Just to give you an example, right now if I were to stream on Twitch, just listen to this. I would have to dramatically lower my bit rate. So all my videos and streams would look awful. I would have to lower my audio bit rate, so my audio would sound worse again. Okay? So you'd have lower resolution, lower frame rate, pixelization, bad audio. That's just to start. That's just the first step. Just to even start a broadcast on Twitch. It's fucking 2024, and their bit rate that they recommend you stream at can't even do 720p 60 frames per second well. Wow, they really care about the quality of their stuff over there, don't they? No, they don't. They care about morons throwing money. It's like, seriously, Twitch is like you walk into a strip club and you're throwing dollars at the stripper on the stripper pole. That's what Twitch is. That's all they care about. They don't care if it's quality. They don't care if it's sleaze. Just fucking keep tossing them the money and they're happy. They're happy to have you, right? But you ain't going to get any quality. Just like you walk into a fucking strip club, you ain't going to get no quality. You're going to get dirty, disgusting stuff. That's what you're going to get on Twitch. They don't care about you. They don't care about the quality of anything on there. They just want the money rolling in. So go ahead, go to Twitch and dollar bill all over. Make it rain, right? That's what they want. Anyway, all right. That's it for the news segment. I think we should get to shout outs for the day, shall we? So we start off with Pausen, who became, re-upped their membership for 28 months this morning. I really appreciate that, Pausen. Thank you very, very much. Okay. I received a $1.50 tip from a troll, so just ignore it. I received a $1 tip. You have to notice when these little contributions come in, they're usually for a reason. Yep, it's a troll. They all came in at once earlier. Again, when I speak truthfully from the heart, right? When I'm honest with the audience, that's when the trolls get really upset because they have to think about themselves. They have a moment of self-awareness and they realize what completely worthless of humans they are and how completely worthless and meaningless their existence is. And when that happens, that self-epiphany, I gotta insult Phil now, right? So they send me $1 with something that I'm not going to read on stream because they're morons. Okay. I received a $5 tip from Darth Fig. He says, I've been away for a while. Have you heard of a game called Crow Country? Yeah, I think we have. We were talking about it earlier. It's an amazing survival horror game. It plays very much like classic Resident Evil or Silent Hill. It's very puzzle heavy. If you have time, you should check it out. Survival horror games tend to do very good on your streams. My first playthrough was less than 10 hours, and it's $20. Well, what do you guys think? There it is. Like, where the hell is it? Here it is. What do you guys think about tomorrow? We have to come to a determination. Should we try Crow Country? What do you guys think? Is that on PS5? I think you said it was on PS5, right? Crow Country? Carlton Jr. says, I think Crow Country would be more financially successful for you, and it is a shorter game, but I'm more interested in System Shock. Again, keep in mind something. Just because we do one doesn't mean we won't do the other. You know? Not at all. Is it about counting crows he plays Mr. Jones? Well, Mr. Jones and me. No, I think pretty much all the developers end up using copywritten music. That's true. Someone said, I think that when you do your live reacts this weekend, you should do a no-screen react because a lot of these developers use copywritten music. Here's the thing. They all do. The good news is usually they don't do it long enough to get a stream shut down. It takes anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute usually to get a stream shut down. And if it does, it only shuts down for like 2 to 3 minutes, then the stream comes right back. That did happen to me last year. And then what ended up happening was in the on-demand video, I had to mute that portion, and then the on-demand video was viewable for everyone. So if it happens, it happens. It's not a huge deal. Plus, keep in mind, I'm going to do my recap reactions after. That essentially is exactly what you're saying, where I'm going to step-by-step cover each thing that happened and give my opinions on it. So, and that will not have any footage. So that'll be fine. I do appreciate your concern, though. So, shall we make our determination? Should we try Crow Country tomorrow? I'm down for this. I only heard about this like a week or two ago. Someone told me about it, and I was like, oh, a classic, you know, survival horror game. That's cool for me. That sounds good to me. And I think it would be something neat and different since it's not super long. We can play it tomorrow. We can play it over the weekend. Maybe play it one more time, wrap it up within a week. And the thing is, we could eventually also do the System Shock remake if you want, you know. I'm okay with that, whatever, but it sounds like you guys are down to try Crow Country. I'm okay with that. What's the point of running a poll? It's 2 games, of which we might end up playing both anyway, and you know the moment that I do a poll, the trolls just come in, you'll see the viewership on the stream increase by 300 viewers, and all of a sudden we get 350 votes in a second, right? You're not down? I'm sorry to hear that. You're not down. Here you go. Do the poll. Pick the game that loses. That's the way you do it, right? Perfect. No, it's not that polls are unusable. It's that polls can be used for things on the fly during streams that are normal. Right now, you know that you have a bunch of eyes on the stream from these morons, especially because of the drama they've tried to create the last few days. So you know there's a bunch of morons sitting here just waiting to skew any kind of result or whatever. They'll be gone later. They won't be here. Like later on, if you do a poll for a hat or something, they're not going to be around for that, you know? DSP is the GOAT. Thank you for a super chat this morning. I appreciate that. That is our first super chat of the day. I agree. The homie Grindelwald says, it's time to try some new things, and Crow Country is up your alley anyway. All right. Tommy is asking, why am I not playing with Akuma right now? Because I am trying to basically learn all the changes to all of the characters in the game, and I am going to go back to Akuma. Yeah, I did 3 straight streams of Akuma with lag, which I didn't realize. They frustrated the fuck out of me, and I wanted to basically get away from Akuma for a while, which I'm doing. But I will go back. I already said, the order is thus. Zangief tonight. Next stream that's not a private lobby, because I might do a private lobby with Brian on like Wednesday. Next stream that's not private lobby will be Blanca, and then I'm going to go back to Akuma. And what I'll probably do is play a stream with Akuma casual, get better with him again, and then I'm going to go ranked, and I'm going to try to get him to master. Carlton Jr. says, I don't know if the live reactions are going to work. They might not work well in terms of support, but people are definitely interested in your takes on the announcements. I'm not sure what the best way to balance it is. Me either. Because again, I told you, last year I did this, And literally, those streams when I did the live reacts, no one supported them whatsoever. People came after the fact for the recap reactions and then started supporting, and that did okay. But it was like me live reacting, there was no point to doing it because no one really supported it at all. It was after the fact. So I don't know. You tell me. Again, I told you I'll do the live reacts, but man, this is the second year in a row. And if they do poorly, then I'm probably not doing them again. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm literally changing my schedule around. I'm clearing time to do them. I'm getting up early. I got shows that have bumped for them. And to have all that changed, if it doesn't do well, there's no point. So let's see. Hopefully it does well this year. I would like if it did do well. But I can't make it do well, right? Hello. Hello again. Ah. Ah. What are you doing, Jasper? All right. We have a little bit of extra time. All right. First of all, guys, thank you for chilling and for your feedback today. Thanks for helping me decide. It looks like we're going to try Crow Country tomorrow. I'm down for that. Please support the stream today. As you know, this is where I make my living, is the streams. Anything is appreciated. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, or tips. All appreciated. My goal is to hit $50 in tips on any given stream, and I consider that a good stream. So thanks in advance to anyone who supports in any way. I'll give you a live shout out as usual if you do. And thank you. Okay. So we have a little bit of extra time for Q&A. If you tag me in the chat, we'll talk. What would you like us to talk about? What is it, buddy? Jasper Kitty, what is it? Jasper, what is it, buddy? He's very, very, all over me today. Jumping up, you're crawling all over me. You're being a silly guy. Have I heard of a rage game, all F4? No, I didn't. Gustavo Fring just did a super chat, says, what's your favorite type of chicken? Ooh. Man, there's so many good kinds of chicken, you know? You could have a nice slow cooker chicken, and there's different ways you can do that with barbecue. You could do it just like a marinade, right? That's amazing. You could do rotisserie chicken with that crispy skin but juicy interior and a good extra flavor. That's good. You could do a roasted chicken in the oven. You stuff a chicken. You can do, of course, breaded and fried chicken. And, of course, then you got the dark meat and you got your light meat, right? And then you got your fast foodie chicken, your chicken patties, your your breaded chicken breast sandwiches, your chicken nuggets, your popcorn chickens. What do you think, Jasper? What's your favorite kind of chicken? What's your favorite chicken? Jasper, tell the audience what your favorite kind of chicken is. I swear to you, he talks all the time, just not in here. He literally talks all the time. He just won't talk in here. Jasper, there's nothing going on over there. He thinks he heard a sound. There's nothing going on over there. It's just you and me. There's no one else in here. Okay. Dinner tonight, I have no clue. It's up to my wife. When she gets home, what she feels like making. I don't know what we're doing today. I would not pick one game to only play for the rest of my life, because any game would get boring over time. All F4 is a merciless platformer game that's highly punishing. It's worth taking out if you want to rip yourself a new butthole. Wow. Well, we all know I could use a new butthole. Carlton Jr. says, maybe for Retro React, go back to old E3 content in order of Summer Game Fest. Nah. I don't think anyone's interested in watching old E3s. I mean, maybe like way down the line to see what a relic it was, but at this point, nah, I don't have any desire to go watch old E3 stuff now. I'm glad you're playing System Shock Remake and it's really good. Sounds good. Logical Logic, thank you. I appreciate that. He complimented me. What's the latest I've stayed up in recent memory? Usually, the thing is, if I fall asleep, I don't know what time it is. I pass out. Like for example, last night, so got in bed, watched the latest Fallout video, titled it, and I was watching some Zangief gameplay with Itazan, playing as Zangief, to learn and to absorb tech. And then I got so tired, and I just quickly, I must have fallen asleep, because I woke up, and the phone was, like, on the dresser next to me, and Jasper was snuggling me. I don't know what time I fell asleep. I literally have no idea. Like, we got into the bedroom around between 12:31 in the morning, but I can't remember, oh. Jasper, what is it? There's nothing there. He keeps looking at the door. There's nothing out there. For goodness sakes, there's nothing out there, you silly kitty. You're just sitting nicely for a change. Instead of trying to snuggle, he's just sitting nicely right here. I don't mind him sitting nicely on my lap for the podcast. If he just sits nicely like this, it's nice. All right, some more tips have come in. I received a $1 tip from Blue. Blue says, you've been doing some co-op reacts that are doing well. Would you consider doing co-op with Brian or someone else? Again, we talked about this. It's a possibility. If we get a mic working, which we're trying, we're going to test that next time that we do a Street Fighter lobby. We're going to test this PS5 mic that I bought and see if it's any good. I don't know if it is. You don't overpromise and underdeliver. That's what I've learned. So I was like, oh yeah, extensive co-op is coming and we're doing it. No. First of all, I couldn't even tell you right now a co-op game I would want to play. I don't, what co-op games are there? I'm not interested in many or any of them. Are there new co-op games coming out? Maybe I would be interested in those, but right now there's no real interest. So, coming up, maybe, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's go step by step. Let's do it. First, we did a lobby with Brian. It worked well. Now we do a lobby with Brian with voice chat. See how that goes. Then then you take the next logical step. You see? Okay. The Mysterious Stranger has tipped me $5.01. It says, from the Mysterious Stranger, guitar riff plays. Thank you to the Mysterious Stranger. You are now the top tipper of the day. Oops, what happened to Dan? I must have missed the button. Cool. Thank you, Mysterious Stranger. Team Terrahawk says, after a little bit of research, Curie likes the settlement quests. I'm loving your run. I don't want to do the settlement quest. I'm going to see if, like I said, I'm going to see today if the railroad has any quests for me. Because we haven't done anything besides the main plot. Maybe they'll have some extra ones. Excuse me. The Logical Logic says, do you remember what game I was most excited for, but then I was let down by since I started making YouTube videos and getting into gaming? I mean, honestly, the last 5+ years has been a lot of disappointments, correct? Like Mortal Kombat 1, coming off the height of Street Fighter 6 and how good Street Fighter 6 was, and then to play Mortal Kombat 1 and see how they basically barely tried to make a game, that it's just removing a ton of elements from previous Mortal Kombats, but adding in this stupid assist cameo system, and the gameplay is shit, and the online play is shit. That was so disappointing. Like, what the hell happened there? That's like lazy game development, like, wow, hugely underwhelming. And I bought the special edition season pass play early edition, and it was a complete waste of money. Seriously, like, so bad. The thing is, I'm sure I could look up games and list them right now, but the thing is, I don't keep bad stuff in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't let bad experiences linger with me. I just release them. Like, that's waste of brain matter, even remember that shit. I focus on the good stuff. So I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember. If I looked at a lineup of all the games I covered in the last 5 years, I'm sure I could pick out a whole bunch of what you're saying, but off the top of my head, I just don't recall. So. Why are you speaking in another language in the chat? That's just going to get you banned because no one knows what you're saying. I recommend using English as the default chat. If you do other things, you're probably going to be removed from chat. What's up, X Shooter? How you doing today? Good to have you. What's my favorite drink to sip on during streams? Different flavored seltzers. Today I'm doing a key lime seltzer, but I do various different flavored seltzers every day. No calories or very, very low calories. And keeps me hydrated, but it's not just bland water. On night streams, I drink filtered water out of my pure water pitcher. What's up, Maximum Turbo? How are you today? Welcome, welcome. Richard, how are you? Lego is making a cat Lego looks like Jasper. Oh, are they really? No, I'm not going to get it. Here's why I'm not going to get that. Lego is too fucking expensive. Lego has literally priced out kids because Lego sets are so insanely expensive now. Like a serious Lego set that's like the size of my, maybe like something I would build on my laptop table here, costs like $200. They're insane. The prices are ridiculous on Legos now. I don't know why. It used to be a child's toy, and it wasn't expensive. Like, when I was a kid, I had a few different Lego sets. I remember when the Kevin Costner Robin Hood Prince of Thieves movie came out. They actually had a bunch of Lego sets, and I bought one, and it wasn't expensive. And my dad and I built it. It was like Sherwood Forest with a bunch of the characters. You could, like, they could be in the trees and stuff, and it was really neat. But now it's like, it's not even a toy anymore. It's like a hobbyist, elitist hobbyist thing. If you're rich, you go buy the Lego sets, right? I wouldn't even want to buy a Lego set for a kid because if they lose the piece, you just basically threw away like hundreds of dollars, right? It doesn't even make sense anymore. It's like, what? It's kind of like everything. It gets ruined by adult collector idiots. Like, for example, when I was a kid, action figures were for kids. When you went to the store, there weren't anyone buying action figures besides kids or parents for their kids. Then all of a sudden in the 90s, when there was the height of collectathon shit, adults would literally, here's the truth. So let's say I wanted a new action figure. There's a new Spawn action figure that I wanted. Adults would line the fuck up outside of KB Toy Works or Toys R Us on delivery day. When the doors opened, they would fucking rush the doors, run to the fucking department, and grab the action figures off of the fucking hooks and run and buy them all up. So then by the time the kids got to the store, they were all sold out. So my dad, that whole thing of like Jingle All the Way, remember saw that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to get Turbo Man for his kid for Christmas? Oh no, that was like normal all the time. It wasn't just Christmas. People were just fucking asshole collectors trying to get toys to resell or have for their private collections, and it was ridiculous, you know? So it's kind of the same thing with Legos, is when adults take a toy and turn it into something for adults to collect, all of a sudden the dollar value goes up, and now it becomes scarce, and now it becomes the pricing out of originally what it was designed for, right? Legos are supposed to be designed for kids. So why can a kid not afford one? Right? Lego Tuxedo Cat is $99.99. Cost to produce Tuxedo Lego Cat, $3. Like, no shit. Do you really think those little Lego blocks are fucking expensive to make? Dude, it's colored plastic in a mold. It's the cheapest shit you could possibly fucking make. Some moron paying $100. Gee, I wonder why Lego is so profitable. Right? Unreal. Anyway, Shia, how you doing? Shia says, hey, what's up, Phil? You know, Fallout 4 time? Yes, indeed. I'm excited for Fallout 4 today. Lavo says, I don't like collectors either. Warhammer is having the same problem. Is that true? Is it actually just legit hard to buy Warhammer figures now? Because collectors have priced them out of the market or whatever? Oh, like I said, she takes them both out. Boom. That's the weirdest name ever. Says, delete your Twitch account and stream on Rumble or Kick for backup. I probably, if something were to happen and I wasn't able to stream here on YouTube for whatever reason, I probably would create an account somewhere else and try it out just to see, do an experiment stream or two just to see how it works. But sadly, I just haven't heard good things about those competitors. Like Kick, I heard that like you can't really moderate properly. Like you could try, but it's not really controllable of an environment. In which case, how am I ever going to stream over there if the chat's going and a bunch of trolls are just spamming constantly, right? Rumble, I don't know. I didn't even know you could stream on Rumble, and someone told me you could, so maybe that would be something to look into. I think there'll be Spider-Man 2 DLC. I don't know. Are there anything about that? I haven't heard of anything about Spider-Man 2 DLC. No. Carlton Jr. says, right now, retro video games are the weirdest reseller market. Someone had a PS2 copy of Marvel vs. Capcom for $120. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild. I've heard that the physical games reseller market is becoming insane. So perhaps one day I'll look into selling that stuff in my closet, from 2 years ago when we did the closet clean out. I still got them all right there. I haven't sold any of them yet. And because I just don't have time. Like, I don't have time to drive into Seattle to a physical game store, say, hey, here's the games, here's the condition, will you buy them and how much? I don't have time for it. I can't list them online because of trolls. I'll never sell them online. So, maybe one day I'll bring them in there and see what happens, But right now, they just kind of sit there and get older and probably more valuable. No, I didn't see the new Venom trailer. I also didn't see the last two Venom movies, so I don't really care. Wii U physical games are cheap at the moment. Yeah, probably because no one can boot their Wii U anymore because they all died, right? Doesn't it have some kind of a thing that it dies over time? So most Wii U's don't even work anymore. Scalping is a problem in Warhammer. Wow. So you got people out there who have a lot of money and they're just buying up all the new Warhammer merch and then trying to sell it for massive profit online. That sucks. I mean, we went through that with gaming consoles, this console gen, and you remember what a nightmare that was. That's awful. I wonder if there's a way. How would you prevent that? Could you make it so someone can only buy a certain amount of something? Right? Like, I don't know. Any chance for a 3DS stream? I'm not sure what 3DS stream I would do. There are no games for it anymore. 3DS is out of production. So what exactly would I stream on that 3DS? Even if I could get it to work, what would I stream on it? Right? Catkinson did a super chat and says, did you watch the Fallout TV series? Not only did I watch the Fallout TV series, I did a 2-hour interactive review of it over on my DSP Reacts channel a couple months ago. The first hour was me doing kind of a summary and my thoughts, and the second hour was discussing things such as lore changes, is it woke, live interaction with my audience, all kinds of stuff like that. So if you'd like to see that, go head over to DSP Reacts, and you will find it, and it's a pretty good 2 hours of content. And by the way, for the record, I'm planning on doing that with The Boys this month. The Boys comes out, June 13th on Amazon Video or Prime Video. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I'm caught up with the show. And I'm going to watch this new season. I'm going to review it for you guys, probably in a live review style, just like I did Fallout. I never finished season 3. That was the problem. I think I started watching season 3 when they all started getting powers. Remember they had the serum they could inject to give them, the humans could get powers temporarily. But I didn't finish it. So I don't know how it ended. So I got to figure out how season 3 ended before I watch season 4. Gen V is a must watch. I'm not watching that shit. I'm not watching that shit. No, I'm not watching that at all. I refuse. Why no? Why not review each episode instead of the season? Because then I'd have to do like 8 fucking reviews. And it would take me like weeks. That doesn't make sense. I want to do it just like I did Fallout. First hour, I basically summarized the whole season, tell you my thoughts, what I liked, what I didn't like. Second hour, we can talk about lore, we can talk about interaction, you know, all what people like, didn't like, and have that open conversation. I liked that format for the Fallout show. Warhammer's always been expensive. Scalpers make the issue 3 times worse. Get it? Tor says they have a queue and buying limits for purchases and boxes and special editions, but they still sell out in just minutes. Shit. Damn. Okay, honest question. What about 3D printing? Technically, couldn't someone 3D print their own army? Right? And I'm sure that's looked down upon because it's not the official product. But couldn't someone just do that and then play Warhammer without having to invest an insane amount of money? Super illegal. That's super illegal. You can, but you'll be banned from the official store. You can't come in here, buddy. I heard you were printing out those dragons. You have to go into the Warhammer store with a hoodie on and sunglasses, incognito, because you want to buy a figure because they found out that you were 3D printing at home. Oh my god. It's really getting this serious. Is it expensive? See, that I don't know. It's expensive to 3D print. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. It's like printing fake magic cards. I mean, fair enough. There's an element of playing, but there's also an element of collecting and legit collectibles versus bootleg collectibles, right? Okay, I get it. That makes sense. See, I don't know anything about 3D printing. I didn't actually know that it was expensive. Games Workshop don't let you use third-party models in sanctioned tournaments, but otherwise you do it your friends or gaming groups is up to you. There you go. They have queues so scalpers can't buy out everything, and boxed aren't really special as much as they run out of stock. Leonardo says, why is it different from people restreaming your content? It's plagiarism. The designs are copyrighted. I don't know why you had to bring up people restreaming my content. It has nothing to do with anything. Not even the same discussion. As for the designs being copyrighted, the point I'm making is you're saying that people can't get it because of scarcity. Well, if you can make it yourself at home, I understand you can't enter an official tournament with it because it's not official, right? But for own home use, right? Then why can't you make your own? That's the point I'm making. But if it's official tournaments and you need the official stuff, then I get that. That makes sense. I guess for me, it's a little weird because I do not understand Warhammer. So doesn't it sounds to me like it's kind of pay to win. Like the richer you are, you can buy the better stuff to use in tournament. But then again, I don't understand the rules at all. So because of that, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe maybe it's like building a deck in another game and you can only have limitations on what's in your deck and it's more about skill than money. I don't know. I have no clue. Steve, thank you for a super chat. It's pay to play, but not to win. It's pretty much pay to win, but what you bought to win with 1 month may not be as powerful in the next month. So are they constantly changing the rules of the game? Is that what you're saying? Jasper, what is it? What is it? It looks like he thinks there's something outside. Hold on. It looks like he thinks let's go. Let's see what you think you see. What's out there? Nothing out here, buddy. I don't know. He's been in here and he's been like staring at the door. I'm like, Jasper, there's nothing in the house. I just looked quick. There's nothing in the house. He must have heard something, you know, who knows? And he's like freaked out. He thinks there's something in the house or something. I don't know. Oh, shout out to Plato, who did a super chat. Said, did you see the new Monster Hunter Wilds trailer? Looks sick. I did. I saw not the whole trailer, but I saw parts of it from State of Play. And I said, yeah, it looks good to me. See, the thing is, I gave Monster Hunter a shot twice. Once I played it on the 3DS, and once I played the Monster Hunter World beta test or demo, and no one liked it. No one liked it. Everyone said it was boring. They didn't like it at all. Maybe my more modern audience would like it. You know, this was many years ago. Maybe my more modern audience would enjoy it. I don't know. But I already gave it a shot and it didn't work. That's why I always stay away from Monster Hunter stuff. Who is that behind me? Oh, that's the ghost that lives in the room here with me. I don't even need to turn around. It's a hideous creature. If I turn around, his face is going to explode and there's going to be tentacles and all kinds of gross shit. I don't want to look. They do a rebalance every 3 months? Oh, wow. I had no idea that Warhammer would be changing the rules like that so often. That's neat. Cool. Hello, Game Boy. How are you? Everyone's showing up. All right. Here's what we should do. Let's end the podcast. Let's get set up for Fallout. I think people are ready to chill in Fallout. A lot of people are showing up now. And welcome everyone that's just showing up. Let's get started, shall we? All right, everyone. So thank you so very much for a chill podcast. Good stuff today. I'm glad that we have determined what game we'll be playing tomorrow. Crow Country. And thank you for the support and thanks for chilling and thanks for the fun discussion. And see you tomorrow for another day.